In the last class, we have done, goal, how to create goal effect for multiple objects. Okay, so you can start to work on it regarding that. Create few,
Jabulon. Sorry.
create few effects which are related to a goal. For example, if you watch Mummy 1 and Mummy 2, the sand effect or the water effect, all those things you guys can create that one. Okay. So another one, let's create another one. Okay, I'll show you, how does a water effect will work. Okay. Let me import few files. So have crosswalk here. Okay. So I'd like to turn off the curves and I'll turn off the locators. And let me turn off the joints as well. So this is how the character looks. So while walking, it starts to run as well. Like in the sense, like I've done it for 120 frames. Okay. So what I want is, let me create a source. I need a source. I'll go to FX. In FX, let me create an emitter legacy particle. Same method. Okay. What we have done earlier for the goal effect, same method I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna change the particle. Okay. So I'll just go to attribute. So when I play, you see, lot of particles here, which is coming like this. So now, instead of this particular particle, I'd like to change the particle. Okay, let me make this random range, lifespan as 4/3. And I'd like to change the particle as blobby surface. Okay, I want this to look like a blobby surface. Okay, this is a blobby surface. So now, blobby surface, current render type, I'd like to increase somehow a bit. and I'll give a threshold. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is select this particular particle, shift select this object, go to n particle, goal. Okay. So when we give goal, so go to particle, select the particle, go to particle shape, go to goal weights and object. So what's happening now is particle is sticking over here somewhere. Okay. And let me do one thing. Let me select this horse. I'd like to keep it in a layer. Let me turn off. Okay. And the particle, first thing, let me reduce the particle shape size. Reduce to smaller, like this. Okay. So when I play this, it's forming some shape. So what happens? Okay, when I take a render, you see some like blobby. It's not completely like one sphere, like some blobby feel is there. So now what I'll do is go to emitter. Instead of 100, you make it 1000. Okay. Then you play. Or I make this as some 5000. So that instantly some shape you get. So when I take a render, some shape you're getting, okay, but it's so blobby. It doesn't look good. So what I'll do in particle body, I'll make it, complete 0.9 something, and goal smoothness very little I just give. Okay. Then when I play, okay, let me reduce the shape. Instead of 5000, let me make it 2000 only. Let me make this 2000. Why we okay, let us make this as 3 and let it die bit early. So 2 by 1.5. Okay. And this I make it 200. Let me take a render. Let us see how does this looks. Okay. This is looking something like this. Now what I'll do, again in particle shape here, let me increase threshold a bit. So when I increase threshold, when I play, it's something like this. Okay, I'm gonna increase threshold even more. Even more. Okay, I'd like to increase even more. The character looks bit thin. 50 or 0.2. That's okay. So that when you take a render, okay, threshold I need to reduce. Let me take a render. Now this is 0.3. So you need to play with this radius and the threshold. Okay. Okay, it's forming. If you have seen what's Game of Thrones, you see some character and all, there's a White Walkers. There's a lot of characters are there called White Walkers. So they don't have few skin, like some part skin is not there. You can see flesh and all. Okay. So it's like that, something like that. Okay. So I'd like to give, okay, let me reduce threshold. Let's take a render. Let's play. Take a render. Okay, now what I'll do, let me apply a material. Just hold right click, assign new material. I'm gonna assign ocean shader. Ocean shader. Okay, I applied ocean shader. If you come to ocean shader here, common material attribute. Okay, common material attribute, increase transparency a bit. Okay, it looks good. You can reduce the watercolor somehow. Then play this. You can see, okay, I'll come to particle shape, emitter. Let me have 4000 emitter. It's something like this. Let's take a render. Lot of oh, you can see the water here. Okay, it's like this. Now, if you look at this, guys, if you do something like this is more than enough, like for a show reel, you can add this. This will be one particular element for your show reel. Okay. So I'm just playing around with, the color and the look and feel of it. I'll come back to particle shape here. I can increase little bit of, oh, okay, let me see how does it looks first when I render. Okay. Okay, I'm getting good output. Okay, great. I'm getting good output. So in color, what I'll do, let me reduce even more. Okay. Transparency is fine. Here, let me reduce the threshold and goal smoothness. Let me add bit smoothness so that there is a smoothness in this. Means the particle, it flows. When there is a smoothness, this is the extra thing you get. Just observe here. See water droplets here. And here water droplets, here droplets. It looks really good. So what I'll do now, okay, let me render some few frames. Let me render some few frames. Let's say I'll come over here. Okay, I'll show you how to render also. Horse render. I'll use JPEG. Name.hash.extension. Extension has to be in last. End frame 200. Okay. So I need to have a new project. New project. Horse. Fluid effects. Okay. So I'm gonna choose the look path where I want to save. RSTP. Maya Dynamics. Select and accept. Okay. So let me save the file also. File save as. Animation. So you can see where I'm saving, what is the file name and all, everything is done in Maya software. It's okay, custom. So since this is of We just want to see the output very quickly. So let it be in low quality only. Okay. So view select camera. Let me select and have a render here. So that. Okay, great. Let me reduce the goal effect. Some part. Okay, great. So what I'll do after this, just go to rendering here and come to render, turn on batch render. It's done. That's it. I'm rendering now with batch render using Maya software. You can click on script editor. Under script editor, you can see it will start to render here. Yes. So third, fourth, fifth, six, seven, 8 frames are rendering quite fast. So once I think up to 200 frames is rendered, we'll import this and see the final output. Okay. Let me open After Effects. So in After Effects, we are going to import these footages. You can see rendering speed automatically reduced because, simultaneously another application, if it, it's loading, because After Effects takes a lot of memory. Okay. So my rendering speed automatically bit reduced. And to work on these things, dynamics and all, okay, you should have good system. Especially to work in Maya only, you should have good system. You should have, a graphic card or video card in the system. Okay, it's taking a lot of time. So 40, 41, frame 41 is going on. 42. Okay. Okay, what is the render size I've selected? Okay, it's a smaller size only. I think it's taking a lot of time. Okay, anyhow, up to 200 frame it needs to render. So till now only 53 frames are rendered. Let's see what does that look. So file, let me import files. So what I'll be doing is RSCP. dynamics, pause, images, select, import. So total up to 58 frames has been imported. Okay, let me do bit color correction for this. I'll go to color correction. Let me go to curves. So I'm gonna increase a bit. Okay, and let me add new solid in the back, white solid. So I did placed white solid here. Okay, and here, right click interpret footage. So alpha, I would like to okay, fine. So you can see, this is how the output looks like. So this is a ocean effect, water liquid effect is there. You can see bit wavy effect and all here. So if you render using high quality, observe here this part. So if you render all 200 frames, no, it looks really good. So with proper lighting, if you render, it looks really good. Okay.
Yes.
So let me stop rendering here. Cancel batch render. Yes. Okay. So up to 74 we can take. Pause. RCP Maya. Dynamics. Pause. Images. Up to 74 we can take. It looks fine. Okay, so this is how it works. So any doubts? So very easily you can do. It won't take much time. Okay, you should have something which is already animated, and you can apply this. Liquid effect you can create, water effect. Okay.
Yes.
So ocean shader, you can increase the water color also if you want. It looks even something different. So try to complete this, okay, and share me the final output, okay, through video, like via WhatsApp in a video format. Next class, I'll show you how to create lava. Okay, let's create one mountain, volcanic mountain. We'll create lava effects. So the lava will flow from top of the mountain to bottom, something like that. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll create. So try to complete this. So you can reach out to me if you have any doubts. How are you, facing this? Are this a simple one, or are these things are complex to work on?
So far, it's not that hard. Yes.
Okay, great. Fine, then complete this. I'll upload this video. Okay. So in the next class, I'll create lava effect.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye.